The FreeArm is incredible at improving patient safety. We're able to have it in the same position each time.
The FreeArm muscle creates a safer environment for gravity feeding patients. Before the FreeArm, we would have to tie a string across the ends of the bed and tie a bow or use a Velcro posy.
They would be at, various levels, and the feed would go through too fast or too slow, and it wasn't very consistent. With the FreeArm, it's at the exact same position. If it's put in too fast, even just a little bit higher, it can cause them to spit up.
FreeArm allows us to feed our babies in the safest way possible, and the way that right now is best practice, putting that syringe as close to the baby for those OG and NG feeds as possible, and giving the baby the opportunity to vent.
Babies who are on CPAP, babies who are on high flow, any kind of respiratory support, we can actually put the tube up to a syringe that's being held by the FreeArm, and it's decompressing and getting all of that air out of the belly. It's been a great thing for all across the boards for so many different things. It's very versatile.
And then we vent after the feeding as well. And so it just is a place where the syringe is safe, because sometimes with venting comes some reflux of the feeding, and then it's not in a precarious position where the baby could knock it off.
We used to spill so much milk, and now we don't.
And then it prevents messes, really, I think is a big key takeaway.
It's pretty devastating when you spill milk, and especially when some of our milks are fortified and they have special recipes, and it takes a while for these milk concoctions to be made up. And then when you spill it, it's not so easy to just say, oh, not a big deal. With the FreeArm, we don't have that issue anymore.
I think the FreeArm builds confidence for families in the way that it is another arm.
Providing the FreeArm for our patients has been a great way to not only stay current with new products that are coming on the market, but to also provide something that is going to make their lives so much easier. It helps make medical life feel a lot less medical.
We really appreciate how it makes feedings easier and a little more fun for families, and they have that ability to go out and enjoy activities together, community events, etc. So thank you, FreeArm.
It can kind of go anywhere. If the mom's holding the baby, it's just become a real flexible thing because it can be bent in so many ways. It just solves their problems. And there's times when they're like, I can't find one. And I said, well, they should be in that closet. And
the FreeArms have really been beneficial to families as well. Parents are able to hold their baby skin to skin while feeds are going through.
And then our families have liked it because we can move it around, so then they can hold the baby in a different place in the room, as opposed to just saying, well, he has to stay in his bed to eat because this is where we can hang the feeding. I love that it can go on something kind of square or something round, because we don't, you just never know what kind of bed you're going to have.
We have the benefit of sometimes having two arms at the bedside. One attaches to their cot or their crib, and then the other one attaches to the chair where mom or dad is sitting to hold baby. Everybody loves it. Everybody on our unit just is really thankful to have them.
We do provide all of our patients, our new tube feeding patients, with a backpack that has been converted for tube feeding, which works great in a lot of instances, but we've noticed that the FreeArm works even better for mobility and even convenience when you're in the car and you're making a big old wide turn and your backpack falls over. Your FreeArm is gonna hold it up that whole time.
I think the FreeArm is much more fun and appealing than looking at sort of an institutional IV pool, for sure. The fact that it bends and can work into that child's environment.
Their rooms are upstairs and the rest of the house is downstairs. And so we were like, let's get them a FreeArm.
And to have that ability, to have that tool to hook up when they're outside of the home has been a really helpful and stress-free option for them.
Everybody loves it.
We have a FreeArm for every bedside, and all of the families have been able to benefit from this, and the nurses too.
It is heartwarming for me personally to use the FreeArm every day in the NICU, because I was one of Freeman's primary nurses. His legacy lives on through the FreeArm.